What's up? So I'm your boy Nerdsworth.
It's your boy Gvmby. What's up?
And we were sitting watching Dr. Stone. In a recent episode, Yuzuriya, her hair was cut by Tsukasa. And we watched anime together. I said, why is it so common that women in anime get their hair cut? And we might have an answer for you.
We did some research and realized that this is not only an anime trope, but it has some historical context in Japanese history. The cutting of human hair usually is a form of subjugation. What would happen is Genghis Khan, for example, would walk into a country. He would tell the people, either you get down or you lay down. If you don't want to get down, then we cut your hair so we make you lay down. Ultimately, what this does for you, it takes a little bit of your vitality. It takes a little bit of your connection to the people around you. Your hair is a part of your nervous system and also a part of the electromagnetic field that's in your body. We can get into that. We'll talk about it.
Stay woke.
Stay all the way woke.
It also, a lot of people cut their hair to, even purposely, to start anew, right? So if you think about it forcefully, that's tearing your history away from you.
A severing of your culture, so to speak. Also in anime, we found some episodes and some examples of this exact thing happening. So let's start with one of the oldest examples that I've been accustomed to knowing, and Rama 1/2. There was an episode where Ryuga and Rama were having a fight, and
Ryuga thought it would be a good idea to try to sneak Rama, but Rama wasn't having it because, you know, as Akane and Rama are having their little spit and spat, it gets a little distracting. The whip with the blade flies up in the air, Akane loses her hair. Bars. And that shows, you know, in that moment, you know, it was such a, and this is a very common thing with high tension moments in anime, where as it reaches its peak, the hair is cut, and the person whose hair is cut, whether they cut it themselves or it is cut by someone else, it flips and changes them and their outlook on the world. And that tends to be how it's used purposely as a trope from Mononoke Hime.
in Princess Mononoke, there was a scene where the prince actually needs to leave his village to do other things that maybe his people would have frowned upon. So he decides to cut his hair.
He's like, I'm out, I'm not coming back.
In doing so, of course, it is a way of putting yourself in a different light so people don't recognize who you are. But ultimately, in Japanese history, cutting your hair as a high-class citizen meant that you were losing your nobility. So, for a prime example, if you were a samurai, who were considered the most noble of the military force at the time, if you were to cut your hair, it meant that you could no longer be a samurai because you were no longer had the noble status.
But you think about situations with the ninja, and you go to Sakura in Naruto. She cuts her hair and she finds herself. That's her letting go of her weakness, where she's held hostage by her hair. Not too different from Yuzuriya, cutting her hair and gaining her freedom and gaining her strength. And even with in Dragon Ball, right?
Yes.
With Videl, which I love long hair Videl. Dragon Ball Fighters, long hair Videl all day. But Gohan, as a warrior, was like, listen, Vivi, you gotta get rid of the hairs. It'll get in the way when you fight, and people might want to grab it, which it got grabbed anyway, and we all know how that went. It didn't go too well. You shouldn't be laughing. That's, oh my goodness, really serious offense.
To piggyback off of that, there was actually a scene in Dragon Ball where Krillin regrows his hair when he stops fighting and gets a little more serious with Android 18.
Yeah.
We can, I guess, I would say that's kind of a hermit trope, but ultimately I want to say it just got to the point where Krillin had his hair at bay, so to speak.
So because he was becoming the strongest.
So focused.
But then he got a boo-boo thing, you know what I mean? He got the hair back, and you know what I mean? And that's why Yamcha always got beat up, because he refused to cut his hair.
All right, just a few common tropes that you guys, I'm pretty sure you've seen as well. Madara Uchiha from the show Naruto, one of the most untamable characters in the entire series. Let's look at his hair. He looks like Sonic the Hedgehog. This guy could not be tamed, he could not be stopped, and thus his hair was wild, and to show that he was pretty much the lion.
He's the king.
In a sense,
the Lion King.
He was the Lion King in the zoo of ninja animals.
And he reset a lot of circles of life.
Yeah. So it seems that in Japanese media, Japanese anime, Japanese manga, and even Japanese history, not just Japanese, but human in general.
Human history, yes.
Hair seems to be a very spiritual, emotional tie from us to each other and even us to the world. So
and consciously, as a trope used in anime, it's used as a very clear sign of growth and development and new perspective. And that is a reason why we love anime, because I know lots of people who go, girl, I got all this energy and I need to get rid of it right now and shave my head. And so it goes.
So, if you guys don't believe us, go ahead and check out some more videos, some more anime shows, and maybe some anime movies.
Let us know your favorite moments. Let us know your favorite haircut moments in anime in the comments below, or wherever you're watching this. Let us know.
Definitely. Who gets their haircut the coolest? Who has the awesome hair? Who isn't much of a hair person? But when you're watching anime, make sure you watch these things. Every little detail is what makes the show great, all right?
And so that's been a little philosophy and haircutting and tropodizing. That's not a word. So that's been a little bit of philosophy and haircuts in anime. I'm Nerdsworth.
I'm Gumby.
This is Otaquest. Until next time.